For your read aloud today, I am going to start a chapter book with you. We are going to read Junie B. First Grader, Toothless Wonder. And since so many of you are losing your teeth, I thought that this was completely appropriate. So there is Junie B. I've seen lots of you doing this in the camera, showing me your loose and missing teeth. Remember, the author is Barbara Park. We have the table of contents, and I'm going to read it to you, and you can be thinking in your head while I read the titles of the chapters what the story could possibly be about. Chapter 1, Puzzles. Chapter 2, Uncle Lou. Chapter 3, Ow. Chapter 4, Frico. 5 is the fairy. Chapter 6 is Full of Soup. Chapter 7 is a stumper. 8 is smiling. And 9 is miracles. Remember, we talked about in chapter books, they don't always have a lot of pictures or any pictures at all. So Junie B. Jones books, remember, they have pictures every once in a while. And in her first grade books, there's actually journal writing that you can see on page 1. Chapter 1 is Prizes. Friday. Dear first grade journal, today we are having a speaker in room 1. She is going to tell us all about recycling. Recycling is when you wash your trash, I believe. Mr. Scary said to write in our journals till the speaker gets here. Only I don't even feel like writing today because I have a loose tooth. That's why. And that thing is driving me crazy. Also, every time I write in this journal, I have to look up words in the dumb dictionary. Except sometimes Mr. Scary spells the words on the board for us. And then I have to cross out my mistakes. Plus also, I erase holes in my paper. That's happened to me before. Spelling is not a breeze, I tell you. That is all I feel like writing today. I am done with this thing, and I mean it. From Junie B., first grader. And now, boys and girls, as I'm reading, make those movies in your brain of what I'm reading to you. Make the picture so you can picture Junie B. I put down my pencil and I opened my mouth. Then I reached in my finger and I wiggled my tooth. That thing has been loose for a long time. Only no matter how hard I wiggle it, it still won't come out. I pulled on it a teensy bit. Ow! That hurt, you dumb bunny tooth, I said. May turned her head and looked at me. May sits next to me in room 1. She is not a pleasure. You shouldn't say dumb bunny, Junie Jones, she said. Dumb bunny is not a nice word. I raised my eyebrows at her. Can you raise your eyebrows? Oh, really? I said. Well, thank you for telling me that, dumb bunny May. Those are not nice, kind words. Just then, May's face got puffy and red. Don't say that word, I told you, she hollered. My teacher stood up at his desk. Problem back there, girls? He said. Yes, Mr. Scary, said May. There's always a problem back here, and her name is Junie Jones. I stamped my foot. B, May, I said. B, 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 B. You're always forgetting my B. Mr. Scary closed his eyes. Please, girls, can we just have one morning without any spats? I looked surprised at that man. But I didn't even spat, Mr. Scary, I said. My mother doesn't let me spat, not even on the sidewalk. After that, I went up to his desk and I smiled very cute. I have a loose tooth, I said. Would you like to see it, Mr. Scary? Huh? Would you? I opened my mouth and wiggled it for him. See it? See how loose it is? It's a loosey-goosey, isn't it? I said. He smiled. Wow, it really is loose, Junie B, he said. And it's a top tooth, too. Losing a top tooth is the best. I looked puzzled at him. It is? How come it's the best, Mr. Scary? I asked. Is a top tooth funner than a bottom tooth, do you mean? Because last year I lost a bottom tooth and it didn't actually get a kick out of it. My teacher did a chuckle. Ah, but when you lose a top tooth, your smile looks really cute, Junie B, he said. And when you lose when your new tooth comes in, you'll start looking like a big kid. I did a gasp at that news. A big kid, I said. Really? I'm going to look like a big kid? Mr. Scary nodded. Sure you are, he said. Here, I'll show you what I mean. He looked around the room. Class, does anyone in here have a big top tooth yet? If so, raise your hand, he said. All the children looked and looked at each other, but no one raised their hand. Mr. Scary was surprised. Really, he said. No kidding? No one in our class has lost a top front tooth, huh? He turned around and shook my hand. Well, congratulations, Junie B. Jones, he said. It looks like you are going to be the first person in room 1 with a big top tooth. I felt very thrilled. Thank you, I said. Then I skipped back to my seat and I sat down real proud. May did a huffy breath at me. Big deal. What's so special about losing a top tooth? She said. Everyone in our whole room is going to lose their top teeth, Junie Jones. It's not like you're the only one, you know. I did a huffy breath right back at her. Yes, May, I know. I know I'm not the only one, I said, but I am the first one. And the first one is the winner. So there. Ha ha on you. Boys and girls, that's not the end of the chapter, but I'm going to stop right there for the day and check back for when we continue with Junie B. Jones, Junie B. first grader, Toothless Wonder.